What up, everybody? We hope you all are having a wonderful day. I am Joe.
Lindsay.
And this is Legend from the Console. So, today we are back with another review and breakdown of The Mandalorian. We are doing Mandalorian Episode 2.
Take 2.
So, yeah. Start this off, with The Mandalorian Episode 2. My opinion, I don't think a whole lot happened as far as story went. I mean, there was a lot of cool stuff, little Easter eggs and things like that.
It was more of a one day to the next day.
Yeah, kind of. It really is just like the part 2 of episode 1, you know what I mean? It finishes showing what's going on with this whole thing. So, we'll start off from the beginning. We leave off from episode 1 with the Mandalorian finding Baby Yoda. And so episode 2 starts right after that, and they're walking through the desert and through the mountains, heading presumably back to the Mandalorian ship.
Nice and simple, safe little process. First thing they run into is
they are ambushed in a cavern by 3 Trandoshans.
He sensed, would you say, that they was...
I think he realized like something was going on. I don't remember if he heard a beep or something, like something caught his eye.
Yeah.
And he noticed, you know, it was pretty quiet in the scene, so it might have been the fact that it was too quiet, you know what I mean? Something gives it away, and he notices he's about to be ambushed. And so they are attacked. And this, to me, this scene is one big thing that, again, being a massive, massive Star Wars fan who read tons of books, played games, all that stuff, as the Trandoshans come out, you see them carrying axes, and if you pay close attention to the scene, you actually see the blades kind of like moving back and forth, look like they're vibrating, and some people might think, oh, they kind of screwed that up with CGI or something. Like, no, these are vibro blades.
Which is a wonderful thing that plays into other role-playing games. I've always wondered how they looked and stuff, because it describes they're moving so fast.
Yeah.
They can slice through metal like butter.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. So
yeah.
You finally get to see actually
them in action.
Actually, are those things actually able to fight against lightsabers?
No.
Okay.
That's a topic for another video, which we can get into. That would be more something like a weapon created through Sith alchemy.
Okay.
Where they would pour the dark side into a weapon, and these blades could stand toe-to-toe with a lightsaber without a problem. But no, vibro blades are pretty much their standard blades and everything, weapons, whatever, knives, swords, axes that they use in the Star Wars universe. And they do have the ability to go through armor and metal and stuff like that a lot easier than a standard blade we would use. But so we see them battle and fight. He quickly, you know, takes down 2 of them, kills them. A third one takes off running at Baby Yoda, ready to strike it down, and that's when he pulls the Mandalorian rifle, and he just disintegrates the bastard to dust. Like, it's really freaking cool the way they do it. Like, just the way they show some stuff on this show is just, again, as a Star Wars fan, it is just fan service left and right, I feel. But from there, we hop to the campfire scene, where after sustaining a cut during the scrap, the Mandalorian is seen like stapling or stitching his arm back together, somehow putting his wound back together, and you just keep seeing Baby Yoda popping up trying to touch him. And I presumed, even at this point, like, dude, he's going to try to heal him with the Force.
It seems like that. It really does. You would assume that, oh, let me touch you, let me heal you.
It's about to happen, and right as it happens, the Mandalorian looks down, grabs him, and throws him right back in the thing, and then eventually just gets, like, beep, and closes the A on him, the pod or whatever. From there, this is where we start getting into the funny parts of this episode. So we get the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda mobbing through the desert. They come up to a mountain ridge, like a cliff ridge, and he looks down to see his ship, and what does he see right there? He sees a Santa crawler and a a just swarm of Jawas, piece by piece, just tearing his ship apart.
Ugh.
And you can tell immediately he's aggravated, extremely pissed off. He grabs his rifle and he just starts disintegrating Jawas left and right. Just boof, boof, boof.
Yeah.
They end up getting back into the Sandcrawler and try to, tear ass out of there. Get away. And you get to him down and he's chasing after it. He fires at him with that same rifle. It doesn't do anything. So he just keeps running and running. He finally gets there, climbs up, and then we just have a whole scene of him trying to climb up this thing while avoiding obstacles. The thing goes right by a mountainside, and he has to jump in and tuck in, and you just have Jawas opening up port hatches and chucking crap down. It doesn't stop, and then he's sitting there grabbing a few of them, chucking them off the top and everything. He finally gets to the top.
And they electrocuted him.
Oh, he gets to the top, and as he stands up, he pulls himself up. He just sees that whole herd of Jawas standing there with ion blasters, and they just light him up. And he falls straight off the top, hits the ground, passes out unconscious. He then wakes up to Baby Yoda just sitting there looking at him like, "Hey, buddy."
What a mess. What a mess.
Yeah, it's we got some rough times going on for the Mando. From there,
she goes, checks out the ship, realizes she is useless.
that he checks all his weapons are gone, tries to start the engines, nothing happens, and so his only option.
Back to the Ugnaught.
Yep, he's right back. He goes straight back to the Ugnaughts camp. Played by Nick Nolte, and might I say brilliantly. Like, this character, I love the Ugnaught so much. Like, just his attitude, his quips, everything, man. The guy is wonderful. But he pretty much tells him, like, didn't think I was going to see you again. And then they get to chatting, and he's, like, pulling up some water from a well, and he looks down at Baby Yoda like, this is what the fighting was all about. And, like, the two of them converse back and forth and chat about it and the bounty and everything, and then you just see Baby Yoda chasing a frog.
Which is quite hilarious. What makes everybody chuckle.
Yeah, and the Mandalorian turns back around, "Hey, get that out of your mouth." And you just see half the body is sticking out of Baby Yoda's mouth, and as soon as he says it, he tilts his head back and just swallows the whole damn thing down.
Done.
Yeah. It's hilarious. It's awesome. And from there, we then get we go to the next scene where the Ugnaught is taking the Mandalorian back to get his parts from the Jawas, who immediately they see the Ugnaught coming around. He waves to them, and they all pull their blasters and everything. Like,
nope.
And there's a whole big argument, debate from him and the Mandalorian and the Jawas. Like, you got to get rid of your weapons, and he makes the comment, "I'm a Mandalorian. Weapons are my religion." And from there, he sets his stuff down. They go talk, and there's a lot of bickering back and forth about like, "No, it's my parts. You stole them." And they pretty much
like, "No."
The only way you're getting your stuff back is if you trade with us. And they want his Beskar first, and like, that ain't gonna happen. Then they want Baby Yoda. He screams at him. And, like, during all this argument, too, what we forgot to mention is the awesome part where they say something to him, and he just goes like that, and a flamethrower goes off, and they all just, ah!
Yep, damn jealous.
But they finally come to a deal. They strike a deal. They come to an agreement, and they tell him he has to go get the egg. And he asks what egg, and then you get a little scene of him traveling in the Sandcrawler with them and bumping his head on the roof and everything.
Yep.
And then we get to him and Baby Yoda, through this little montage of, like, traveling to Baby Yoda and him standing in front of a cave. Mud pit all over. And you then see the Mandalorian, he gets all his weapons ready, checks everything, throws his rifle on his back, which I'm like, why, man? Why did he not walk in there with the rifle ready to go and take the dude, but whatever. I mean, plot, But he goes in, and you see him with a light, and he's looking around, and he's like, looks like he's, surveying this wall of the cave, and you just see an eye open. And you hear blaster shots, and we're back outside of the cave, and you just see him come flying the hell out of the cave. Armor already smashed.
Yep, chest
and
gone.
From there, him and the Mudhorn just go toe-to-toe, and it doesn't go well. The battle goes very poorly for the Mandalorian. So anyway, we get to it. He's down on his knees. He's pretty much like, well, I'm about to die. He pulls his blade from his boot, which again, you see vibrating. And he holds it there, presumably his eyes closed, and the thing comes charging, and nothing happens. He looks back up, and it's beginning to be lifted from the ground. He looks back, and Baby Yoda's there concentrating, lifting it up, and you realize, like, okay, this thing really, it's the real deal, man. And, like, he stands up, walks around the side, Baby Yoda collapses, the Mudhorn falls, and he stabs it in the neck, kills it. The Jawas want to leave. The Ugnaught argues with them. Well, leave me here then. And right as he says that, the Mandalorian over the horizon comes walking with the egg. They grab the egg, they cut it open, and they just start
eating the yolk.
And like you can tell from the Mandalorian, his body language is just like, oh, you rat bastards. You made me do all this for that.
He got pounded through
the
mud.
Well, he gets all his stuff back. Gets back to the ship with the Ugnaught. The Ugnaught pretty much tells him, like, after he bickers about it's going to take forever, Ugnaught tells him, like, well, yeah, unless you decide you want to help. And it goes through a little montage, and in, like, what you are presumed to believe in one night, they put the whole damn ship back together.
Welding and all.
Yeah, and then from there, the Mandalorian thanks him, offers him some other reward. He declines. Tells him, thank you for bringing peace. The Mandalorian offers him a crew member position aboard his ship. Can't do it. I've worked my whole life to be out of servitude. Mandalorian, okay. So he goes taking off, and from there, he looks back at Baby Yoda, and then looks forward, gets ready to hit the hyperdrive, and you see Baby Yoda pop up. And he just kind of looks back, and then you see the ship take off. And that's the end of the episode. Like, again, not a lot of story time. One big thing I forgot in this was when he fights the Trandoshans, the tracking fob he gets.
That's a big point.
The bounty, he's got the bounty hunter tracker. So it's like, IG-11 was already there. They're there.
And he's got one, so that makes three.
Yeah, three bounty hunters from the same guild are already on this same mission. So we'll see what happens in the next episode to come, but I'm sure it's going to get good, because I gotta say, man, if you're not watching this, or like, you have to. This show is amazing. I don't like Jon Favreau, George Lucas, Dave Filoni, and all the other directors and everybody who helped with this. They just have done such a phenomenal job. This is the best thing to come out of Disney Star Wars since Disney has taken over.
I have to say, in my personal thoughts, good story, the details, it's no different than I found the same with Marvel's Luke Cage and such. Good story, good picture,
good character development.
Yes, and all this stuff.
Disney is doing well with this. Like, again, it's Jon Favreau, dude. Like, it really is. He started the first Iron Man. He started the MCU with Kevin Feige. He did this, and, like, the guy is amazing. You gotta watch him. Like, watch the show, people. But, anyway, shortly we will be coming back with episode 3 review and breakdown. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave us a like. It would help us out a great deal. If you're enjoying any of our content, please hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with everything from Legend from the Console. Check us out on Facebook and check us out on Instagram at Legend Unlimited. Be posting a lot of stuff on both of those quite a lot more often here shortly. But thank you guys again for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Take care of yourselves. Be well.
Thank you very much. Leave your comments, pros and cons. We want to hear it all. But we're signing out. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Joe, and this is Legend from the Console. Have a great day.
Awesome.
There we go.
We got